And welcome back to Pokemon Cards Episode 9. It's not just, it's taken me a year to record 9 episodes now that I think about it. Anyways, Stage 1, it's got, Raichu, Stage 1, Pikachu. Well, this is a Stage 1 Pokemon, apparently. 90 HP, and Electrical type, number 26, finally, Mouse Pokemon. It's got a height of 2 foot and 7 inches, and it's got a weight of 66.1 pounds. This trainer is so confused why this Raichu just has a bundle of balloons. I'm more confused how the thing's even holding it. Anyways. Now, Thunder Shock, requiring 1 electricity, dealing 20 damage. The coin, if heads, the defending Pokemon is now paralyzed. Then you got Slam. Remember when I was talking about Power Creep? Dealing 80 times damage, requiring 1 electricity and then 2 normal. Flip 2 coins, this attack does 80 damage times the number of heads. So you could do 160 damage, or I guess you could also do 0, but still. 2/3 chance to get a, or is it 2/3 chance? I'm not actually 100% sure. Anyways, no, it wouldn't be. That's not how that works. Anyways. Weakness times ground times 2. So no resistance, and it's got a retreat cost of 1 normal. Still discharges electricity in the ground, protecting it from getting shocked. Really. There's Sekiro, that would get you shocked, actually. Gotta be in the sky, in the air for some reason. And then, I mean, I understand why, kind of. Let's talk about Sekiro now. Why that shock works like that is that if you're on the ground, it'll just surge straight into the ground. But if you're in the air, technically the electricity, you then, before you hit the ground or whatever, slice it into an enemy. So that's the idea, that you hold onto electricity, but that would normally get you killed. Either one will normally get you killed, and I mean, let's be honest, for me, it gets me killed, so it's accurate. Anyways. Illustrated, this is from 2012, illustrated by Naoki Sato. So you might start noticing a trend that there's a bunch of years that I've skipped, and that's because at some point in the early 2010s, I think, is when I just stopped collecting cards, and then I just, every, 2013, I think I got, a booster pack. I know after Generation 4, even though we still haven't found my cards, even though we've been looking for them for a year, apparently. And I had my cards my first 2 years, actually. I had my cards my first school year, so I guess I have to rebuild my collection. Anyways, we got Raichu, level 39. It's got HP of 90, and it's an electrical type. Stage 1 evolves from Pikachu. It's, same thing as before. Slam. This is a weaker Slam, dealing 30 times still. But it's requiring 2 colorless. Flip 2 coins, attack does 30 damage times the number of heads. And then you got High Voltage, just High Volt. 3 electricity, dealing 60 damage. If Raichu evolved from Pikachu during this turn, this attack's base damage is 100 instead of 60. It can lose 100,000 volt burst of electricity. Insulate downings fail several times its size. And cooking them, actually. It's illustrated by Midori Haruda. It's got a weakness to ground plus 20. It's got a resistance to steel minus 20. It's got a retreat cost of 1 colorless, and it's from 2009. And then they're like shiny cards to Raichu, don't they? I don't even know if you can read it, but I mean, the main point is to actually see the card's art, and then I just read it to you. So level 40 Raichu. Even though you could have a level 1 Raichu technically. I don't know, don't you, doesn't a Pikachu and Pikachu produce a Pikachu unless you give it a certain item, in which case it'll produce a Pichu then? Which begs the question, how is Pikachu a malformed Pikachu? Is that actually how that works? Because, I think you need, just because of how Generation 1 worked. In fact, Pichus did not exist. Anyways. Electromagnetic induction, which requires a mud ruin, apparently. Which means, I think you can do this without an energy card. Search your deck for up to 2 electricity energy cards. Attach them to one of your Pokemon, shuffle your deck afterwards. And then, Explosive Thunder, dealing 30 times, requiring 1 electricity and 1 normal. Scroll the basic electricity energy cards attached to Raichu. This attack does 30 damage times the number of electrical energy cards you discarded. So you could... Well, I don't know how many you could do. Plus, you're discarding them, so you're removing them from being able to be played. Illustrated by Daisuke Ito, again. It's got a weakness to ground plus 20. It's got a resistance to steel minus 20. It's got a retreat cost of 1 normal. And it's from 2007. And you got Raichu, having 80 HP. Electrical type, of course. Illustrated by Koku Sato. It's got Thunder Shock, dealing 20 damage, requiring 2 normal energy. Flip a coin if heads to defending Pokemon is now paralyzed. And it's got Pika Bolt, dealing 50 damage, requiring 1 electrical and then 2 normals. And then it's got a weakness to ground. It's resistant to nothing, and it's got a retreat cost of 1 colorless. It's from 2006. And then you got Raichu. Type electric, of course. Raichu is the final evolved form of Pikachu. Raichu's long tail serves to ground it, thereby protecting itself from its own high voltage power. In Electric Shock Showdown, the heroes finally arrive at Vermilion City and discover dozens of Pokemon being treated for injuries. Receive while battling the local gym leader, Lieutenant Surge. Lowering odds, Ash challenges Lieutenant Surge and pits his Pikachu against a surprise opponent. Lieutenant Surge is fiercely trained and quickly evolved Raichu. Pikachu, despite its small size, defeats Lieutenant Surge's Raichu in the end. Isn't Pikachu, technically, better than Raichu in some aspects? I think at least Pikachu's faster? Right, and then there's also the issue of Raichu can't naturally learn moves for some stupid reason. You gotta use TMs, which you only got a limited amount, although I guess you can get a couple TMs from Celadon, but... Anyways, experience episode 14, Electric Shock Showdown. Who was that Pokemon? I believe that's Bellsprout. And then you got Sandshrew. Level 16. 60 HP and it's a ground type. Number 27, Mouse Pokemon. Height 2 foot. Weight 26.5 pounds. It's got Sand Attack for 1 ground. And if any Pokemon tries to attack during your opponent's next turn, your opponent flips a coin. Tells the attack does nothing. And it's got Ram for 30 damage. Requiring 1 ground and 1 normal. To protect itself from attackers, it curls up into a ball. It lives in arid regions with minimal rainfall. Started by Ken Sugimori, it's got a weakness to water, plus 10. It's got a resistance to electricity, minus 20. It's got a retreat cost of 1 colorless, and it's from 2007. You know what I'm thinking I might do? I'm thinking that I might just go and, I don't know. Maybe every other month, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking of maybe actually just getting Pokemon cards from the first pack or whatever, and then doing an opening of that, and then doing a then going back and doing a collection again. I don't know. Nah, there's no difference. And plus, I'd end up double reading because surely we've gotten... I don't actually know if we've actually found any cards from that original opening. I'm not 100% sure. Although, I do like the openings better. So, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, Sandshrew. 60 HP, ground type. Number 27, Mouse Pokemon. Height 2 foot. Weight 26.5 pounds. Double Scratch. It's ground move. Requiring a ground energy, actually. In 10 times. Flip 2 coins. Attack does 10 damage times the number of heads. And then you got Sand Tomb. Dealing 20 damage. Requiring 1 ground and 1 normal energy. And Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. It's got a weakness to grass times 2, it's got no resistance, and it's got a retreat cost of 1 energy. Disliking water, it lives in deep burrows and arid areas. Can roll itself instantly into a ball. Number 20, it's from 2015, and it's illustrated by Sugimori Nageshi. And then you got Sandshoe, again. 50 HP. Illustrated by Tomokuze Kimuya. And it's got Dig Under, requiring 1 ground energy. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon. This attack does 10 damage to that Pokemon. Attack's damage has been affected by weakness or resistance. And it's got Scratch Time, dealing 20 damage, requiring 2 normals. It's got a weakness to grass. It's got a resistance to nothing. And it's got a retreat cost of 1 normal. And it's from 2005. And you got Sandshoe, level 10. Has 50 HP and it's a ground type. Number 27, mouse Pokemon, height 2 foot. It's got a weight of 26.5 pounds. And it does Scratch, dealing 20 damage, requiring 1 ground energy to protect itself from attackers. Because of an ball, lives in arid regions with minimal rainfall. It's got a weakness to water, plus 10. It's got a resistance to electricity, minus 20, even though it should be immunity. And it's got a retreat cost of 1 normal. It's illustrated by Suwame Shika, and it's from 2009. And then you got Sandshoe. Has 40 HP, and it's a ground type. Mouse Pokemon, length 2 foot, weight 26 pounds. Sand attack, requiring 1 ground energy and deals 10 damage. Your opponent tries to attack during your opponent's next turn. Your opponent flips a coin. If tails, his attack does nothing. Unlike the normal game where you gotta flip that coin every single time, and that coin will almost always be tails. If it's you, and it'll always be heads when it's an enemy, when you use it against enemy. And it's got a weakness to grass. It's got a resistance to electricity, minus 30. It's got a retreat cost of 1 normal. Grows deep underground in arid locations far from water. It only emerges to hunt for food. And it's level 12, and number 27 is from 95 to 95, 96, and 98. Illustrated by Ken Sugimori. That Ken guy. And you got Sandshoe again, 40 IP. Moose Pokemon, length 0.6 meters. Gewicht 12 kilograms. Zandenval, Alsder Verdation. Pokémon Tijen Stannis, Vogend, Dure Probert, and Van Guedje, Tigenstander, and Munt op als Munt is door die Anvolnits. Zwacht Leaf, withstand electricity minus 30, and it's got 2 Chicken Skotten of 1 normal. Growth tunnels deep under the ground, and stricken van het water. Apparently water is water in this language. Hier komt allen Tiverscheren op Vodstol te Jaren NV12, number 27, from 95, 96, 98. Ken Sugimori, of course. This is the same exact artwork, just different language. And then you got Sandshoe, again, number 27. Type, Tipo Terra. Description. Sandshoe, vive sotto terra, in, luch profondi, leontani, dell'acqua ed emerge soltanto po under Cassia de Cibo. Sandshoe è un Pokémon innovativo quando è addestrato dall'allenatore Giusto come AJ. Un colpo pelastro con moto di addestramento unici e vigorosi. Sandshoe può farsi e autosri in una palla e lanciarsi por contro avversari a terra o in area. Il Sandshoe de AJ, AJ is a name. Resiste all action graze su creature addestramato nel episodio 8. Sandshoe monstra is su potenza spaccanda la terra quando vince a 100 to the A. What is this, algebra? See that? Burial de AG contra Ekans Coughing the Team Rocket Prima Comparso Episodio 8, and that I believe is Caterpie. And then you got Sandslash. 90 HP, follows some Sandshrew, of course, ground type. Number 28, mouse Pokemon, height 3 foot 3 inches, weight 65 pounds. Sand attack, requiring 1 ground and 1 normal, dealing 20 damage. This rain Pokemon tries to attack during your opponent's next turn, well, flips a coin. Tails attack does nothing. An Earthquake, dealing any damage, requiring 1 ground and then 2 normals, does 10 damage to each of your bench Pokemon. Apply weakness resistance for bench Pokemon. It's got a weakness to water times 2, and it's got a resistance to electricity minus 20. A retreat cost of 1 normal. Spikes on its body are made up of its hardened hide. And it rolls up and attacks foes with its spikes. Illustrated by Burrobury from 2012. We got Sandslash, level 37. It's got a 90 HP, and it's a ground type. And falls some Sandshrew. Number 28, mouse Pokemon, height 3 foot 3 inches, weight 65 pounds. Spike armor. Also, is this Sandshrew going through the snow? Is this the process of Sandslash undergoes to become an Alolan Sandslash? Anyway, Spike armor, 1 normal during the opponent's 6th turn. Sandslash is damaged by an opponent's attack. Sandslash is knocked out. Put 4 damage counters on attacking Pokemon. And then Poison Spike, dealing 60 damage, requiring 2 ground and 1 normal. If any Pokemon already has damage counters on it, that Pokemon's not poisoned. Curls up, then rolls into foes with its back. Its sharp spines inflict severe damage. Traded by Atsuko Nishido. Weakness, 1 water plus 20. It's got a resistance to electricity minus 20. It's got a retreat cost of 1 normal from 2007. And then you got Sandslash, of also Sandshrew. 7 HP, ground type, mouse Pokemon, length 3 foot 3 inches. It's got a weight of 65 pounds. Slash, dealing 20 damage, requiring 2 any energy. And it's got Fury Swipes. Flip 3 coins. Attack does 20 damage times the number of heads. Dealing 20 times, requiring 2 grounds. It's got a weakness to grass. It's got a resistance to electricity, minus 30. It's got a retreat cost of 1 normal. Curls up into a spiny ball and threatened. It can roll while curled up to attack or escape. Level 33, number 28. And my Kin Sugimori from 95, 96, and 98. Hold on. So my left arm, here. My left arm is starting to hurt because, well, it's right up against the edge of my table, so that's why I have a mouse pad. Or, no, not a mouse pad, a wrist pad, I guess. I'm 28, anyway, Sandslash. Type ground. This is the final stage in the evolution of Sandshrew. Pokemon has almost no information in Pokedex. Information regarding its ground Pokemon and the only known facts about Sandslash are as follows. Because no one has ever had a Sandslash, apparently. Sandslash curls up in a spiny ball and feels certain it can roll curled up to attack or to escape. I should not yet encounter a Sandslash. I'm sure that's still true. And then you got a Primeape. And then, now Nidoran female. 6 HP. It's obviously a psychic type. That's why it's weak to itself. Times 2. Even though it's actually a poison type. I find it interesting. Because what they're basically doing is they are recognizing that the actual type exists. Like, this is actually a poison type. They just don't have... I guess, yeah, the main reason there has to be literally just because it simplifies its energy costs. Because if this was a poison and not a grass nor a psychic, but its own, poison, then that would mean that you would have to get a poison energy for probably this bite, not a psychic energy. Anyways, 29 poison pin Pokemon, height 1 foot 4 inches, it's got a weight of 15.4 pounds. Scratch, requiring 1 normal energy, dealing 10 damage. It's got Bite, requiring 1 psychic and 1 normal, dealing 20 damage. It's got a weakness to psychic times 2, resistance to nothing, and then a retreat cost of 1. It's from 2015, And it's sketching small, very docile. Protects itself with small poisonous horn when attacked. It's traded by Mitsui. And then that's all we have for right now, though. So, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. See you.